All right, so my daughter and I were working through the 2D course, and I wanted to show her what I was up to. She was asking what I was up to in the 3D course here, and so I said, hey, let me show you something cool. And I dropped in not only my zombies, but I've also got a nun. Here she comes, different animation set, except for the get hit and die animations. Get her there. Sweet. Look at this guy. Yeah, that's a dragon. He doesn't like it when you shoot him. And I said, Isabel, check this out. It's not that hard to add in other creatures to a game like this, um, as long as you design it right. Because we were talking about design and things like that. And I said the important thing is that you keep your model off of the base game object. So the base game object has all of your components, and then your model is just sitting underneath it. And if you do that, then it's very easy to change things out. So let's look and see how it's done. All right, so this is my original zombie runner. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to change a character. Let's change this. Let's see here. I'm going to change this guy into a nun. All right, so this zombie right here, we're going to change him into a nun. So the first thing we want to do is break the prefab. So we're just going to unpack it, okay? And so that it's not a prefab anymore, but everything underneath it still is. And then I'm just going to delete the zombie male. Boop. It's gone. All right, so now we want to come over to our Apocalypse pack and look at our prefabs for characters. There's lots of cool characters. So I picked the nun for her. Let's do, let's see, who should I do? How about, how about this mechanic? All right, I haven't seen the mechanic yet. So we're going to drag the mechanic over onto the enemy object. So the mechanic is now underneath the enemy object. And we need to find the character mesh down here. It says mechanic female. And we're going to add a component so that we can shoot her. We're going to add a mesh collider. Now the mesh collider needs a mesh. Okay. Mesh collider needs a mesh. So we want this mesh. So if I click on this mesh, it's going to highlight it over here in the inspector. So I can just drag it over and drop it in to the collider. So now we have her collider set up. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is set up a couple of new animations. So, well, actually, you know what? Let's just show you that it worked. Okay, we actually don't need to do anything else. She just doesn't look like a zombie anymore. All right, so there she comes. There it is. All right, she just doesn't look like a zombie anymore. All right, but she acts like one. So let's get a couple new animations for her. First of all, let's call this mechanic instead of zombie or enemy. And we can prefab that. So we should probably make a new folder, like characters or something like that. And this enemy is a zombie now. That's the zombie prefab. There we go. So let's put the zombie in the characters folder. And then let's put the mechanic in the characters folder. There she is. Okay, and we need a new animation object for the mechanic so we can change up our animations. Right now we've only got zombie. So I'm going to highlight zombie. I'm going to press Control D. So now I have zombie 1, and I'm just going to rename that to mechanic. All right, now I have, in my basic motions pack here, I have idle 1. So we're going to click on idle and just drag over the idle 1 animation here. And then we have run one with root motion. All right, and so we want the forwards animation. There we go. And then we just need to change these up. So the rig, we want to switch it to create from this model. And then we want to make sure that our root transform is baked and at the feet. And click apply. That's the idle animation. Now we'll do the same thing for the chase animation. Get the rig set up. And then the animation on the feet. Okay. Now come back to our mechanic. The animation controller, see it's set to zombie. So what we want to do is set it to mechanic. There we go. So now she should have the new animations on her. Pew! Yep, see it's a normal run compared to the zombie run. She's faster than the zombies too. Get one of those zombies coming after me so you can see the difference. See how he's got kind of that bow-legged, wide stance run. Alright, so they're different. Very cool. Alright. So, pretty simple. Let's do the dragon. Alright, so I've got my dragon downloaded. It's the Infinity PBR low poly dragon. And his prefab is right here. I'm just going to drag him into the scene. There he is. What a fearsome beast, right? Okay, so what we want to do is set our dragons. We want to set our dragons root transform to 0, 0, 0. So he's going to go out of frame here real quick. That's fine. He's actually right over here. Ah! Okay. So let's pick one of these zombies. Maybe this guy. This zombie is going to become the dragon. So unpack the prefab just like we did before. Alright, we're going to rename it to dragon. Alright, and then delete the zombie male and drop the dragon LP model into the game. Now, one thing is that the dragon has its own animator already. So if I turn this around, he will start chasing me. Well, he's not working at all right now. But you notice he's moving. Okay. This is because his animator controller is on the Dragon LP, which is actually the same thing. The mechanic also has one, it's just disabled. Okay, so what we want to do is come back to our dragon here. We want to disable this animator controller right here. So just right click or click on it to disable it. And then, but what we need is this avatar. So we need this dragon avatar. We're going to come back to our dragon model, and here this avatar on the dragon needs to be the dragon's avatar. So we need to select this thing. All right, and so that's it right there, Dragon LP avatar. Okay, and then we're going to drag it over. Boom. Okay, now the controller is zombie. And zombie, that's not going to work. All right, so we need to change that. All right, so we're going to click on zombie, Control D here to copy it. I'm going to call this dragon. All right, and so now we're going to use the dragon's animations. So the dragon's animations are on the dragon object. Right, that's in the Infinity PBR again. Okay, they're down here in models where it says Dragon LP. All right, if I scroll down, there they are. So here there's some cool ones. You guys see, let's see where it said mount. Yeah, mount. You can ride the dragon. That's kind of cool. All right, so let's start with idle. All right, where is it at? All right, so here's idle. All right, and boom. Okay, and then let's do our chase animation. We're just gonna walk so that I don't know how fast he moves. So we're just gonna pull walk over here. Boom. Okay, the death animation. Okay, there it is. And then the get hit animation. There it is. Okay, so now each one of these we want to check and make sure that its rig is set properly. So it says create from this model, that's fine. Animation, all right, we want to bake to pose. Fail to create object undo because the action is too large. Okay, we're going to go to, whoops, lost some things there. Oh, hang on. Okay, let's leave that be for now. Normally we would set that to feet, but feet's not an option. And that's because we have a different avatar, so I don't want to mess with that because it did work earlier. So there's our dragon. Okay, and he is now inside of that node, but he's in the wrong spot. 0, 0, 0. Boom, there he is. Okay, so if we play this now, he should drop into, oh, I didn't change the controller out. Uh-oh, does that mean I changed? Might have changed the zombie to the, uh-oh, let's find out. Here we go. Okay, the zombies are working fine. The dragon isn't. Okay, so that means that I created the dragon, but I didn't assign it. Here we go. There it is. Okay. Yeah, now he's moving. You see his tail wagging? If I come in there, he's going to chase me. Look at that. That's kind of cool. A zombie and a human and a dragon, and everybody's having a good time. I can't shoot the dragon. The reason why is the dragon doesn't have a collider on it. So you have to pay attention to that kind of thing. So if I add a collider, I'm actually going to put it on the dragon's mesh. I'm not going to do mesh collider this time because he doesn't have a proper mesh to collide with. So I'm just going to create a box collider. And then we've got to adjust its position. We'll just make it so that it covers the dragon's torso for right now. Gives me something to shoot at. There he is. And he dies. All right, and that's how you do it.